Hi, my name is Damie Alabi. I want to start off by saying thank you for subscribing to the online auto gilly training. In this training, I'm going to teach you how to get this gilly that has been modeled by my younger sister Dolapo. You didn't need to know that, but I just thought to put that in there. And I'm also going to show you how to bead gilly amongst many other things that I've added in the playlist that comes along with this training. I want to say that if you have any question at any point, feel free to drop it in the comment section of this video, or come over to the WhatsApp group where you get the link to this video and ask me, and I'm going to answer it as soon as I see it. Without further ado, let's just get straight into the training. So I'm going to be starting now with an already tailored gele. I have a video on how to sew gele, so go check that out. What you want to do is you want to measure the circumference of the head and take out 4 inches from that. Then that's what we're going to be working with, because we're going to attach velcro at the tip of that. So I'm marking that with my chalk and I'm going to cut it in a bit. Now, I recommend that you have an iron at hand because it just helps to make everything look perfect and seamless. Also, when we're going to create the pleats, we're going to need an iron. So we're cutting the measured gilly out. Once that is done, I'm going to smoothen it with my iron just to get rid of any wrinkles. You know how gilly can be very stiff. So I'm going to smoothen that out, and we're going to start off with our very first pleat. If you've seen my other video of auto gilly, it's just basically the same step. Make your pleats, iron it, and pin it down with an office pin. Now I'm putting in the office pin right now. After this, instead of going back in and sewing, I decided to just make all my pleats at once, because of course I was scared that Nepal was going to take light, but I just found that this helps. So once you're done with your pleat, you just go straight to the sewing machine and you just go beast on it. Also, you don't necessarily need a sewing machine. You can use fabric glue. Some people use fabric glue, some people use needle and thread to go with this. Depends on what you have, just make it work. But if you're going to be selling this to a client, I think sewing machine will be best, just to help with your integrity and everything. Also, sewing machine holds better than fabric glue. So right now I'm making my pleats. I'm going to make as many pleats as I can. There's no measurement to the pleats, just work with it. It can be big, it can be small. And of course, go back in with your office pin and pin it down. This just helps with direction to make sure that you're not making any mistakes when you're sewing. So we're going to take this over to the sewing machine and sew every single pleat at once. Sew it down. Yeah, you don't need an electric machine. If you saw my other tutorial, you saw that I used manual to get machine. But you don't need an electric machine. Like I said, you can use fabric glue or needle and thread, all just to hold down the pleats. Okay, so now I'm measuring out the attachment I'm going to use for the velcro. Now the velcro is the one that goes at the back of this one, just to hold it in place. Now the reason why we're using a velcro is that we want it to be adjustable, so that anybody with a big head, a small head, can easily just use this. What I'm going to do with this piece is I'm going to, of course, sew it together, make everything look neat, then cut that again and attach my velcro on there. You can use fabric glue for this process as well, but I chose to use sewing machine. So we're going to sew on the velcro. We're going to sew on the velcro now. You can get this from a local tailor. I think they call it plaster. A yard goes for about 15 naira, but you just need quarter of this, or you can get a yard to use over time. Ensure that it is secure, because this part is going to get some vigorous in and out usage, so secure it very well. Now we're going to attach the velcro strap onto the gilly part, onto the pleated gilly part, and this is what your first part should look like. Now this part on top is the one that covers the head. If you feel like it is too small, you can Of course, attach more ashoke to it, but it's very important to cover the hair. Now for the topmost layer part, what I'm just basically doing here is gathering up the ashoke. There's no limit to this. It can be really high, it can be really tall, it can be really thin, whatever you want. Just gather the ashoke to make several layers of pleats, and we're going to join that together using needle and thread, as you can see here. The reason why we're using needle and thread is a regular machine cannot go over this, and if machine goes over this, it's going to look really flat, and that's not what we want. We want something big, glamorous, classy, and you know how we like to be extra. So I recommend you use a big needle because it just works. Also, ensure that your thread is a matching thread. You don't want to be wearing a gilly that everybody can see the white thread through the black gilly. Nah, that just looks tacky. So ensure it is a matching thread. So I'm just going through this over. You're going to attach this in the middle and at both ends. You don't need to do it like in every single area, just the middle and at both ends. Take it through that twice and secure. Ensure it is looking neat. This is the finishing part, so you want to make sure it is looking perfect. Lay it one at a time. This one you don't need to rush. You can take as much time as you need. Now for the ends part, make sure that the end is make sure that you're sewing the end in a triangle, because you're going to be curving it over the head. If you have it in a straight line, it's going to create a bump. So make sure it is ending in a triangle, as you can see here. It is very, very, very important that it ends in a triangle. Now I'm sewing the strap. This strap kind of goes around the layers that we just made, and it also gives it a nice and neat finish. And that is what we're going to be tying at the back of the head. I'd actually recommend that your strap is a lot longer than this. A lot longer. So what we're going to do now is wrap this around the layers that we just created. So basically we're making it look neat. Nobody needs to see all the rough edges and the dirty calculations we did. We're going to sew that in with a needle and thread as well. Just sew that as many times as you feel you need to, just until it is perfect and secure. We'll repeat this on the other side as well. As on the other end, I mean to say. Now for the final part, we are going to attach the layers to the first part we did, and all you need to do is just take your hand needle and sew down the first layer onto the other part of the gele, and we are done. That is literally how you make an auto gele. Practice makes perfection, they say, so I recommend that you practice, but this is all you need to shine. Once you're done, you can go over with some beads or stone. I have videos on how to do all of that, so go you forth and shine. If you have any questions, drop it in the comment section and I'll get to them ASAP. I hope the training was explanatory enough. I hope you have been able to make your own auto gele, and I hope you can sell or slay as much as you want in the auto gele. If you have any questions, like I said earlier, drop it in the comment section or on the WhatsApp group, and I also love to get your feedback from you on the training, or if you have questions, suggestions, criticisms. I am open to all of that. Also, please share with friends and family who might be interested in this training as well, and I love to have you around for longer time. Thank you again. My name is Damie Alabi, and hopefully we can do this again.